TasteBuds. They coming to the mic, talking about the food they hate, talking about the food they like. Two fools gonna fight, but only one food can be right. TasteBuds, man, yeah, they coming to them.
Hey, Tasties, welcome to
TasteBuds Buds.
We're just here talking about, we got a
things.
lot to recover.
Yeah.
But first and foremost, the clip of Hey Babe.
There's a clip of Hey Babe that went out today. So when you're seeing this, maybe 3 days ago it went out. Chris was talking about basically, I guess, curbing some amenities in his life.
And he's dressed literally like Tony Robbins.
He's in a full Sergio Tacchini. I mean, literally, he looks like he got out of a time machine from 1987.
It's crazy.
And he was talking about a practice he wants to put in place where he, I guess, denies himself some amenities so that it makes him appreciate those amenities more. Is that the more is that the more well-rounded way to say what he was trying to say?
Yeah, he said he's recognizing how blessed he is in life, and he wants to practice poverty 2 days a week in order to continue to appreciate what it is he has.
Yeah. And then he said, like, for example,
which is, first of all, just
practicing poverty is so funny.
Practicing poverty is
that's like a new docuseries with him.
Yeah,
practicing poverty.
And it's only something that rich people do because they feel bad.
the privilege to practice poverty.
Yeah. It's so that was.
But it was coming from a good place. I get what he meant.
Of course.
He's just saying he's going to not always make things as convenient as they can be, so that he always appreciates what he has.
And he very earnestly described poverty as taking the ferry or the subway
instead of
God forbid, instead of getting a car, or God forbid, sitting in coach class
right.
on an airplane.
Right. And you happen to be outside the door. Dude, you Kramered in here. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
So here's what happened. I was in the other room.
How to catch your ear?
I'll tell you. I was in the other room. We had recorded, and right after, and then there's a chain of events here. We had recorded. We had just finished recording. Our episode that is not up yet, the one that I'm referring to is not up yet. It doesn't get crazy, but it got a little heated towards the end, and we started kind of getting under each other's skin a little bit.
Not me.
And I know, not you. I know, but we buttons were pushed.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Sure.
And
but literally is what we
of course
base the
pod.
Of course,
absolutely. I will fully admit you are much better with a roll off the back than I am. I'm not great at it. So sometimes something will hit me the wrong way, and it'll just I'm like twitching. You know what I mean? It's like a malfunction.
You know, when we say these things, right? It's like not my belief. It's just something that I know will ring funny, or something that maybe might be partially true, or something that I know you'll laugh at because. But I'm just explaining because
yes.
I had this thought because I think that because people have been with us from day one, some of them, right?
Yeah.
And out of the pie chart of our podcast, there's probably a decent slice, like 10%, where we really are arguing. There's a different energy when two people are really arguing.
Well,
now,
we really argue, but
argue about the foods, but sometimes we'll have a disagreement, or the one thing will lead to another, will snowball, and we end up arguing. And it's like, I wonder, and some people love it, but for me, if I was listening, I'd be like, it's like your parents fight. Like I don't know if I would be like, oh, this is every time, like this is interesting and entertaining to me. Like, or what happens is when you see two people get intense,
right.
you naturally have a side.
Right.
And then I think you inadvertently or subconsciously begin to resent the other person in the argument.
Right.
So I think that there's temporary resentment to some of us when me and you get into a heated argument and people latch onto that.
Yes.
At the end of the day, we're leaning into this and we're doing it on purpose, and really nothing. We don't leave here like that.
No, of course.
But I do wonder, like, sometimes, because there's good arguing and then there's like arguing like, Jesus Christ, I'm listening. This is getting me stressed out.
There's only been 2 times where I was like, it was stressful.
Yeah.
It was, and we've talked about that many times. It was weed versus booze.
Yeah.
And that was one where many fans and friends and family who listened to the show messaged me and said, Jesus Christ, man, like, are you guys like okay? Like that was personal.
Yeah, but I will promise you that it wasn't.
Well, that one got.
I don't give a
intense.
shit what you say about me.
That was the
and we-
worst argument we ever had on the show, and that one. Well, that's not true. One thing got cut out. That was the worst thing ever. But it was intense. But that one got personal in the sense of like the criticisms of the other guy's team were personal attacks.
on the weed and alcohol.
Because
that's
because it's lifestyle. It wasn't just food choice. But anyway.
But what I was saying this for is because you just said sometimes it's easier for you to roll.
Yes.
And what I'm saying is I'm just reiterating that if a button of yours feels pushed, like you know what we're doing here.
Of course.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
course. That's why I say it's
I don't
easier.
believe that.
That's why I say it's easier for you. You're a guy that's easier to roll. There were a couple things on the live stream where I didn't say them, but they were just tossed at you. And I remember thinking, oh, if I was Sal and that just happened to me, I would have taken that more personally. Oh, wow, okay. Like
Yeah.
I take things a little too personally sometimes. So it was like actually a good example.
Yeah.
For
So
me to
you-
see.
so you had-
So anyway, it wasn't anything crazy. It was just a little. It was enough that my gears were grinding.
We did like an extra salty or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
And I was just like, all right. And I just wasn't in the best mood. I wasn't mad at you,
Yeah.
but I just was like, kind of like, oh, Christ. And I was in a bad mood that day. That day, I just wasn't in a great mood. And then I was about to leave, and V was like, I need you to sign the 250 posters for the live stream, which I would never resent getting. It's a privilege. I mean that there's even the opportunity to do something like that anybody
course.
even wants the stuff to begin with.
Of course.
But in that moment, I was like, motherfucker. And I was so hungry, and I was in a bad mood. I wanted to go home. And then V started going, come on, Joe, it's going to be so great. Like trying to cheer me up. And then that was making me go further down into the mood I was in. And I was like, I wasn't mad at you, V.
Encouragement is your
I just was like,
is your kryptonite.
I was like, I don't want to hear this right now. I was just complaining to my manager about something on the phone. And he's like, and I said something about my apartment. I was complaining about something, and I go, and I said how much I pay in rent, and he goes, well, hey, dude, how do I get a rate that good? And I was like, dude, I will drive to where you are right now. I was like, when I'm in a mood.
I will walk 5 blocks to my parking garage.
Wait an hour to get my car.
I will wait an hour. I will pay them, and I will drive to you, and then I will go back 5 blocks. I will park, and I will walk back 5 blocks to my apartment.
And then I have to go real quick because it closes early. The garage. Yeah.
So you get to him, you're like, I got to make this quick.
Yeah. So anyway, so then I go in the other room, and I'm signing the posters, and at first I think because I'm dumb and my math sucks, I was like, I only have to sign 125 because I was thinking half, and then I was like, and then as I was doing it, I was like, no, wait, I have to sign 250, and then there were like 3 times when I was signing those, the pile just wasn't going down.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, there were a couple times I was sitting there by myself, and I went like this. You got to be kidding me. Like, because the pile just wasn't going down. And finally I got done. I put them all in a box. I'm like, okay, I got to go. And I was walking out, and I swear to God, as I am approaching the door out there, I am passing the door of the studio, and I hear DeStefano go, practice poverty. That's what I want to do, because I almost cry when I walk in my house. So ride the subway, whatever. I heard it in real time, like from him saying it to you to my entrance. I did not stand there.
It was an intervention from God, really.
I didn't stand there like and wait. Like I heard that speech. It was in perfect sync with me walking around the corner where I could hear it to the moment I entered. I heard everything I needed to hear, and I was just like,
We'll play it from the beginning. So we'll just play it for you guys. So they'll see it on YouTube and on hear it, right? Okay,
I'm going to start to try to practice poverty once or twice a month. What I mean by that is not going crazy living on the street. Instead of driving in, because I have the luxury of doing that and parking, take the ferry, take the 2 buses, sit coach flying to, a city.
Just to help appreciate.
Because then when I get there,
I didn't even know you were here.
Kid pig. Did you just say you're going to practice poverty by flying coach and riding the subway? You just described my regular life. You called it poverty. That's insane.
He said that's one level of Dude, I gotta see it again because the fucking Undertaker gong right on the door opening is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Shout out to Pimpy.
Perfect.
Just to help
It's so funny.
because then when I get there,
I didn't even know you were here.
Kid pig. Did you just say you're going to practice poverty by flying coach and riding the subway? You just described my regular life.
Joe, it's a good bit, buddy.
Huh?
It's a good bit. It's a good bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know you had to be in the moment, but that's a good like.
That's my favorite part. Your like strained voice. That's one level above homelessness. Yeah. No.
Dude, it's
So,
creepy.
dude, I was.
It's so
By the way,
Kramer, you're like.
By the way, I was as I
You
said.
came out of nowhere. It's
As
so
I
funny
said-
because to the viewer, we didn't just record to them. You didn't know you were here.
No.
So to hear you, to see you walking on a moment's notice to the Undertaker gong is insane.
Here's the beauty of the beauty of cathartically what that did for me though. As I was sitting in solitude signing those posters, I was in my head. I was going through everything that's happened in the last month. I started thinking about the burglary, like everything, and I'm like, I swear to God, my life. Like, and I was getting so, and I started getting in that shitty place where you start to feel sorry for yourself, and you're going,
Yeah.
nobody likes me, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I started doing all that. And I started walking out, and I heard Chris literally describing my life as poverty, and I started laughing. And I opened the door, and then you started laughing, and everybody was laughing, and then I started laughing, and I was like, and I knew it was going to be. I was coming in to be funny. I wasn't coming in to be mad.
Yeah.
But once everybody started laughing, it was like everything like that, like from the moment that I got a little cross on our show to whatever, like it all washed away, and I was just like, I walked home in the sun after that. I was in a great mood.
You know what you
Like it
you know what
turned
you
everything
did?
around.
You had if it was a set, you turned it around. You had a mic. You had a great ending.
Yeah.
You finished strong.
Yeah. It was a good close. So today, I'm sitting home and my phone buzzes. I look and it's Aaron Berg,
Okay.
and he's like, I just see the preview of the text, right? And it says, I can't see the whole thing, and it says, "Hey, buddy, my wife and I are living on our savings right now because I'm out of work." That's all I can see in the text, and I'm like,
Well,
I go,
you don't want to say that on this.
no.
Okay.
It's
I got it.
So I go, my first thought, I go, is Berg sending out one of these, like, I hate to
GoFundMe?
ask for money,
Yeah.
but can you send money? And I'm like, oh, Jesus, what's going on? And I open it, and he goes, that said, I'm still happy to try to help. And I was like, what? And then he goes, you're not homeless. And I go, I send him all these question marks. And I go, what are you talking about? I go, I think your phone got hacked. And he goes, no, what Chris said about you was terrible. You're not homeless.
That's so
I want you to
funny.
know I'm here for you, even though I don't have much. And I was laughing so hard. It was so funny.
That's so funny.
It was
man.
so funny, man. It was so
People are
funny.
loving it online. It's just a great because you can't make that. That just happens by chance, you know. Like,
Yeah, that was
it's so spontaneous.
That was arguably. Not, I don't say this because
That was
because it was me.
that was one of the best no pressure moments. For
I was
sure.
gonna say that might be my favorite no pressure moment because I felt like it captured the dynamic of the three of us like so perfectly. Like it was like Chris does a thing where like he talks earnestly and then he'll immediately be like, "Oh my God, I'm a pig." You know what I mean? You like laughing like and like your laughter and like and like and all that, like me being negative to Chris and being like you're an animal. Like I just felt like it captured the personalities so much in one perfect like finite moment, and I was like, it was It was just so organic and fun. It was great. It was great.
So that's that. Well, we do have to talk about last night was the first ever TasteBuds live stream.
Yes.
If you saw it, you know how it was.
Yeah.
If you didn't, I'll say it was more fun than I could have imagined.
I agree.
It was a little over 2 hours. I guess from people's still shots and some little 1 second little things people will see. So we could tell them what it was, right? I mean,
well, I don't think we should. I don't think we should say what it was or what happened.
Yeah.
I think let's let people get the episode.
Well, here's
I don't
the
think
deal.
we should ever publicly discuss what it was or what happened.
Okay.
I think it should always the events of it should remain within the people
I
that
agree.
are that have so graciously paid to watch it.
No, I agree about that. I mean, I'm just talking about the obvious things that people are going to see.
Well, I was dressed like Ronald McDonald the whole time because that was finally we fulfilled the pun. We never even called out why I did that. It was the punishment fulfillment.
I think I may. Oh no, we didn't because
I don't think we ever mentioned. it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because it works either way because that is just the person that you want to be. That's your idol.
Yeah. It was
Donald Rick Monald is your idol.
Donald Rick Monald. The
I mean, yeah. So Joe, the full episode was dressed in a 100% authentic, real, professional.
Yes.
Donald McRonald outfit.
I mean, it's funny, man. I'm seeing these. I mean, I saw pics last night, as we were doing the show, Pimp was putting pics up, and I saw a little bit of myself. This is the first time I'm really concentrated on
you think it's
taking
funny
it in.
when
The
Joe
costume looks
loses his
amazing.
shit? The costume, dude.
V, by the way, major shout outs to V for the makeup. I mean, V, you hit a grand
You
slam.
looked like him.
It's crazy.
You looked like him. Something about your your gait, your body, your face, everything. You looked like the real him. That's why it was so amazing.
What if I got hired by McDonald's to be the next round of McDonald's?
I mean, dude, you look like him. And if you think it's funny when Joe loses his top, you have to see when he loses his top dressed as a full-on famous clown. There were 4 other special guests as well. Oh, 5 other special guests, I think. 5 other special guests as well. Yeah.
5. We're not going to say what the battle was. I mean, look, we can't control the audience. If people reveal secrets or whatever, we hope that you don't. But if people do, people do. But we won't do it. But we won't say what the battle was. But the battle did end up being epic. It did end up, in my opinion, living up to.
Well,
Sal
the battle
tweeted
the
it.
battle's on Twitter.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot about that. Okay, well, so chocolate. So the battle
Well, wait.
itself.
Well, let's say this before you even say that because it's a spoiler alert, right? If you didn't see it live last night, there's only one other way you can see it, and it's just for the next 7 days. You can buy a ticket.
It might only be 6, by the way.
Because today's the first day.
I think it's 6 remaining
7
days.
days.
Well, by the time this comes out on Monday,
shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
yeah. All
Okay,
right,
so
leave it
today's
less.
what?
5.
So you basically have 2 days.
Oh, geez. Okay.
We'll do a post on socials. But if you're hearing this,
There's 2 more days, to watch.
it's as of Wednesday, it gets taken down from video on demand. So if you didn't see it yet and you still want to see it, you can go to Moment, the same thing, moment.com. I'm sorry, .co. Moment, moment.co, not com, co, moment.co/tastebuds. You can buy a ticket to see it or whatever.
you can buy it and just stream it for yourself for a few.
Stream it yourself. It's $10.
I will say it was the funniest thing we've ever recorded for this network.
Oh, yeah.
That was nuts.
Great.
I do. It was over 2 hours of straight laughs.
Yeah.
It was fun, surprising. It felt like freaking Pee-wee's Playhouse. It felt like it literally felt like backstage at the Muppet Show.
Oh, he's a perfect guest. We got to book him.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I reached out to him about the Impractical Jokers.
Wow,
Yeah.
that would be both
trying.
of those
Yeah.
ideas
I got
would be
soft
awesome.
pitched a one-man show. He might be making the rounds.
I would
Really?
love. I would love
as
nothing more.
As Pee-wee again? Oh, no shit.
I would love nothing
That's
more.
awesome.
I've seen him on Broadway as Pee-wee too. I'd love it. Anyway, yeah, you'll. I think it's like $10, and you'll get to see it for the next 2 days. Look, I'm not just saying this. Pimp just said it. It was. If you're a fan of this show, I wouldn't miss it if I was you. It was so ridiculous, and so much fun. And the reason I also mention is because if you want the full experience and you don't want to know what the battle was, don't look at online, or especially don't look at the poll results, so you can enjoy it in real time and not know. That's all I was going to say. But it was all hands on deck. Everybody at No Press and all of our guests delivered huge. It was a lot of efforts put together, and it just went off amazing. It was just like, it was so fun. And we just like, it'll probably be about 2 hours. And we had a little run of show that we were like loosely basing it on, and it literally netted out to 2 hours and like 5-10 minutes or whatever it was.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I think, no, it went over great. Shout outs and thanks to Pimp and Venetia for all the hard work.
Home runs.
And running everything, airtight, well-oiled machine, as they call it.
Can we put that
shout outs to all the guests that came through.
Yeah. We'll put the actual clickable moment link in the body of the YouTube ad.
And shout outs, last but certainly not least, to all the fans that watched, and to the fans that weren't able to watch. Like, you're still supporters of the show, and we appreciate all of you. So thank you guys for getting us, and gals and they and everybody, for getting us to this point of being able to even do something like this.
It was a ton of fun.
Crazy.
Ton of fun. And I will say, I'm glad. I know initially we were going to do it live in front of an audience, and then we decided to contain it because we didn't want it to play differently than the regular episode, and we had a lot of moving parts, among other reasons. And I actually, in hindsight now, am glad that we didn't do it live, because it's just two different shows. So, next time we're going to do it live, we'll gear our minds toward live.
Yeah,
but I think this played perfectly insulated here with this cast of characters.
I agree. This was a good first outing.
I don't think I'll ever unsee the Ronald McDonald makeup on. How do you feel after? Do you feel different? Do you view McDonald's differently?
It's great.
That's not true. I was not. I was very still until the very end.
You became
till the very end. Yeah.
You became the entity that you've longed for your entire life.
I don't know why that's not quite.
This was like Kafka. There was a there was a full-on metamorph here.
That's not resonating with me as much as it is with you.
Okay. I saw you come out of your
it's
cocoon.
Not like being like. It's not like being. It's not like if you love Batman, getting to be Batman. I love McDonald's food. I think the entity would be more like, hey, dude, you now own a McDonald's and you are allowed all the free McDonald's. I think that would be a little more like a fulfillment of my life's work.
But you became the king of that.
Yes, yeah, and it's wearing the authentic costume.
The authentic is wild.
Yeah, that's
the authentic was wild.
That's the part that makes it special, and the fact that V was able to do the makeup so accurately, like it was crazy. It was pretty crazy. So
I like you afterwards, like just getting all annoyed that you couldn't get it off.
Yeah, that part kind of sucked. Like you couldn't. Like it was really hard to get it off. It took a lot. I went home. I showered last night, and then I showered again this morning, and I thoroughly both times washed my face because I felt like even in the shower last night, I was still catching like little pieces of it.
The outfit also fit you like we got a tailor.
It did really fit well. I mean, it's got to be some kind of one size fits all, right?
Your size.
I guess so.
It looked not baggy, not tight. It literally looked like it was tailored to you.
This part was
I
like
think
pulling a little
I
bit
think we missed out on going out on the street like that. I would have liked to see you on the streets.
I mean, yeah, it's possible. I will say, like, I thought about that because originally what we were gonna do, we can talk about it now, because I don't know that I ever want to put that makeup on again, but we were going to make the punishment. It was going to just be a video package. I wasn't going to be in that for the show. We were going to do a video package where Sal and I were at Joey Rose's Sal was going to be in there just kind of as a customer hanging out. Pip was going to be getting footage of that, and then I was going to enter as a surprise bartender in the Ronald McDonald outfit.
Yeah, did we say that? We already said that on the pod. Yeah, we let that
Oh,
on.
okay.
Yeah.
So
But
we
it would've
didn't
been-
end up doing that, but I got to tell you, after I was in all of it last night, the idea of being in public, it was almost like giving me like some anxiety.
Really?
Yeah, because dude, like there was such like anytime I was getting an itch or whatever,
Itch is bad.
I was like, I'm gonna mess the makeup up, and then like when you sat, like you could feel it pulling, and then also too,
The level
the
of
tights were like
uncomfortability.
kind of itchy. Like there was just something about it where I was like, I didn't want to touch anything with the gloves because I was afraid like I was gonna like stain them, or like I didn't want to touch the pizza, for instance. Like it was just a lot to think about, and I was like, it was hard enough being comfortable just in our own space.
Well, let me genuinely pat you on the back because I couldn't tell, and despite all that, I will tell you, you were so funny.
You too, man. Thank you.
I'm telling, dude, you were so funny. Like whatever groove you got into, you perfectly married the battle, the costume, the energy, like even the when you blew up, like every single note was played perfectly. Like it was really, really, really fucking funny, dude.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
You too. I thought you were great.
Yeah.
I'm not just lobbing the ball back.
Yeah.
I thought last night. That's what I was going to say earlier about the battle being epic. Like I felt like last night was a battle because there are still people out there that think like, oh, you guys turn it up for the battle. It's like we don't. Like we have plenty of very calm battles.
If it's
like,
there, it's there. If it's
yeah,
not-
and if it gets hot, it's hot. Like we're passionate. And last night
we
I
didn't
was
know
like,
if it was gonna get hot. We
we
even
didn't
said
know.
that.
I was concerned it wouldn't, and
Yeah.
people would be let down if it didn't. But I felt like we just hit. You were hitting all the right notes. I was like, this is the show, man. This is like, I was like, this is why we do the show. I was like, this is the groove of Chips Ahoy versus Oreos all over again. This is where it all started.
What's really
Like-
funny is that in less than a week, we're going on a little like timeout,
Yeah.
like little couple of days away, and we're going to the place where we conceived the show.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because we're going to the place where we had the morning argument
yeah,
of the best bagel.
yeah. Which,
And that's
but,
when-
but I
when
mean,
it
we've
happened.
had the arguments before. We had them on the crew, but I think, but
No. The cruise was Chips Ahoy,
yeah,
Oreos, and then
Was-
in the house was very legitimately
Yeah.
the best bagel, which was episode 2.
yeah.
And in the middle of that, we kept saying, "This is like
We
when
were sitting
argued
on the
about
couch.
cookies."
I remember.
Yeah. There's a moment that happened on that trip that is the only moment I'm concerned about reliving on this trip.
Concerned about reliving.
Meaning like focused on like I'm like, as long as this moment happens, that's all I care about.
Oh, I thought you were
That's
trying to
what I meant.
avoid it. Okay.
No. Meaning like that I want to,
Okay.
that I need to, which will rehab it. But we were sitting, we had the argument, we drug everybody in the house into it.
Sounds like
Everybody was
drugged.
We drugged everybody.
Dragged?
Everybody dragged everybody in the house into it. Everybody was passionate. It was like we kept saying like, this is like when we were on the ship and we argued the cookies. Then you said, is this a podcast? And we started talking about podcasts and the idea of this being a podcast. And we've told the story before. But anyway, we were sitting on the 2 couches talking to each other, and we were trying to think of a name. I remember this. It was 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
We were trying to think of a name, and we were going back and
Just
forth.
sitting there.
And you go, and this is like right after not that long after I'd moved home from LA, because it was still COVID lockdown. This was like this was our lockdown group that we made. We're sitting there going back and forth about names for the show, and you go, not to cut you off, but shouldn't we be doing this in the pool with an ice cold beer?
Yeah.
Dude, my face like illuminated.
Yeah.
And we just started laughing at how good the idea was. And we stood up and you hugged me and you said, "Don't ever move to California ever again."
Really?
Yeah. And I said, okay. And we went to the pool and drank beer in the pool all day.
Yes.
And then at 4 p.m., I remember being like, "Taste buds."
And we were like, It was right in front of us. It was because before that we had like 20 names, but it was Food Fight. I think it was going to be.
Yeah, that was the first one.
Yeah.
And there was 8,000 podcasts called Food Fight or whatever. Like,
We thought we were like, that's it. It's a food fight. That's what it is. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah.
And that when you
That's
pull
fake,
these
right?
up, Pimpy sometimes he pulls up pictures, and if we bounce off them. That's just
that's
that's
fake. It's just
Photoshop,
one-
right?
Yeah, I'm just trolling you guys.
Oh, you're trolling me. Okay, what about the Cheez-It Klondike bar? Was that a troll?
I just thought that was a good one.
was it fake though?
How are you?
Oh, yeah.
How are you finding this?
There's like meme
Dude,
accounts.
Okay.
My hand to God. Stay on this for a second. My hand to God. Black Crescent. They don't have it anymore. It was a limited time menu item. Black Crescent, the bar across from Joey Rose's.
Yeah. On the corner.
Yeah, which has become one of my favorite bars in New York City because I started going to it when I would need a break from when
Your
I was
bar.
at my bar. Yeah,
When you needed a break from the bar,
right. Well, when we were building out, when we were building,
you went to a
yeah, another
alternate bar
when we were building
across
out,
the street too.
Yeah.
Like you didn't change the scenery much.
When we were building out Joey Rose's, I would go.
You went to a stool.
I would have to
300 feet away.
I would have to sit in Joey Rose's with the contractors while they were like literally building it, and I was like, and after a while he'd be like, "This sucks, man," and I'd be like, "There's got to be a bar around here." So then Black Crescent was there, and and I've become dear friends with Reynolds, the owners, and they're awesome. It's one of my favorite bars in the world. My hand to God, it was a limited menu item. They had Cheez-Its they made themselves that were that big. They had Cheez-Its that were the size of the Klondike crackers. They made them themselves, and you got a basket of them for like $6, and he served them with this dip. Dude, they were unreal.
Okay,
They
questions.
were unreal.
Did they taste and have the consistency of a Cheez-It?
They tasted exactly like, picture this. Picture a Cheez-It flavor, same taste.
All right, Sophia Petrillo.
All right? Picture the Cheez-It flavor, except warmer because it just came out of an oven. Fresh baked flavor, fresh baked. And just, it wasn't like crunchy cracker. It was like just a little bit softer, but still had a crunch to it.
Okay.
Like almost like graham cracker consistency. Oh, almost like a softer graham cracker consistency, but Cheez-It. Dude, they were so good. They were
Talk
so
to me about the
good.
sauce.
I can't remember what the sauce was, but the sauce was awesome. And I remember biting it and being like, "You don't need sauce on this. This is great." And he was like, "Just try the sauce." The sauce was almost like an aioli or something. It
Sure. Would they write on the menu homemade Cheez-It?
was called like basket
Homemade
of
jumbo
Cheez-Its or
Cheez-It?
something. Yeah, and it was like, I think he left out the jumbo. So then you ordered them, and the
it's a nice
surprise was these
surprise.
giant jumbo.
Why don't you get that? Why don't you see if you can get that recipe from them, and we'll make them next week?
That's a great idea.
Yeah,
That's a great
That's all I
idea.
got.
All right.
great idea.
All right, that's a great idea. Oh, I thought that was your only idea. You meant.
No. Why don't we do that?
That's a great idea.
That'll
I'll
be fun.
ask him.
Yeah.
He might be like, "You're competing bar with food. Do you think I'm going to give you a recipe?"
Get the fuck out of here.
I'll ask him though.
Just feel like I'm going up. I want to cook. I told my friend about these. You want to try and make them
Yeah,
on vacation?
no, I'll ask him. I would imagine he would give it to me.
Of course.
The recipe. Yeah, we would never make it at my place anyway. But dude, they were they were so good. But last night, V, what was the things we didn't use them last night? We could talk about them today because they were actual real weird foods. McDonald's had
A pizza.
well, the McDonald's pizza we discussed, but they had fries that had hot chocolate sauce on them.
Exclusively in Japan, I think it was, in the McDonald's.
Japanese people would be crazy. They love
Dude,
their flavors
I
because is it Japan that does those like 800 flavors of Kit Kat?
Yeah, that's.
Word,
I was
yeah.
telling
Yeah.
you, I saw and ate things in Japan that I'll never encounter again for the rest of my
Yeah.
life until I go back to Japan.
When did you go there?
I went to Japan to do a show in Tokyo
For what, expats?
just before lockdown. It was funny, dude. It was like an alt. It was almost like an alt show. I was in like this bar called the Library, and it looked like a little library, but it literally looked like they plucked it out of Williamsburg and put it in
Sure.
Tokyo.
But were there
And
were
you know
there
who was
native Japanese
upstairs
people?
doing because she was doing shows there too. Rachel.
McAdams.
No. But no, the girl from fucking Westworld that dated Marilyn Manson. that meet the girl that
Evan Rachel
Wood. Yeah,
Evan is her first name?
yeah.
Okay.
Rachel Evan Wood. Evan Rachel Wood.
Is she the one that says? Was she the one that was famously in the commercial? This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs, and she stuffs trash in the
know.
kitchen. Can you look that up?
I don't think so.
Evan.
She was staying in the apartment to the bar upstairs because she does music, and she was doing music shows in
happened
the
to be
same
in-
venue. Her partner, who not like lover, I just mean like her music partner, her guitar player.
They might have love.
Well, who knows? Who am I to say?
Yeah.
He came down. We're still in touch. He came down to my show. I met him because he came and hung out at my show.
Wait, were you just doing headlining?
Stand up. Yeah, I was just doing my own stand up.
You were doing the whole hour or whatever? There wasn't a showcase?
No, I was just there doing
So it was
stand up.
obviously for expats then.
It was crazy, dude. People came from some kid flew from South Korea to see the show. And he got so drunk he walked on stage during the show and got thrown out. And I felt like sorry for him because he was so excited to be there. But he was wrong. He was out of line.
Wait, how did you
How did I get booked?
Yeah, how did you get booked and how did you
So these kids
sell
that
out over there?
These kids that produce shows there's a circuit over there.
Okay.
There's a whole Asian circuit for
Okay.
comedy and it's got they're fans of American comedy
Gotcha.
and their audiences are fans of American. So they know Ari and I were talking about trying to go over together to try to do shows. I know I don't think I'd come home alive from that.
What's that
But,
flight like?
I mean, it's long, but it's not bad. I don't remember how long it is, but I got these kids, they're producers, whatever. They reached out to me from China, and they said, we want to get you into China, and we can get you into Tokyo too. And I said, I'm dying to go to Tokyo, and I would love to come back to China. I was already in China, but I want to come back. So I went over. I did Hong Kong, Shanghai, and then I went to Tokyo.
We got to get you to China.
It was wild.
Where we at right now? Just so I understand.
We're at 40.
Okay, great.
But I do have a question. Did any of your biggest bits fall flat over there? Was there any
No, dude. Every show was amazing. They were so. In fact,
You did all your anime stuff?
did all my anime stuff, Ultraman, all the Ultraman material, Power Rangers. No, but it's funny, man. I had a
The thing about sushi is
I had a thing in my act at the time about drugs, and I had a joke about cocaine in it, and the audience at one of the shows, they were laughing, but they were like, because it's serious over there, dude. Like one of the clubs I played got shut down by the government because of speech control or whatever. Not because of me.
Wait. Meaning you can't say cocaine?
Oh, dude, they were like, watch it. You'll get you.
Well, what's it illegal to say?
Well, China. This is China. This wasn't Japan. China is you're extraordinarily monitored in China. There's very little personal freedom. There's also zero crime because of that. But like for instance,
I think I'd rather run the risk of getting shivved and say the word cocaine all I want.
That's what I say. But do you have one app there? There's one social app there. I forget what it was called, but that app was it was rideshare, texting, social media. It's like a government approved app. And everybody was telling me when I got there, they're like, you got to use proxy servers. At the time, I didn't know what a proxy server was. Now, VPN and all that stuff, they're all out there. But they were like, you better use a proxy server while you're here. And I was like, why? And they're like, well, if you want to masturbate, for instance, when you go back to your hotel later and you want to watch porn, you can't do it through our servers. It's illegal.
I love
here.
it. That's the number one reason.
And they were like, also, they're monitoring everything you're doing. So
I love that. Who said that to you first? Dude, you got your proxy server? Because later on you're going to need a proxy server.
It was said to me frequently. It was said to me frequently.
Every guy's like, did you get a proxy server?
I'm not even kidding, dude. It was said to me but here's it was an insane trip. I had one of the best times of my life. But this was crazy, dude. We were in Shanghai, and we did a few shows in Shanghai, but one of the shows we were in Shanghai, proper Shanghai, where it was it looks like San Francisco. It looks like a Western city, and it's the main hub area of Shanghai. And
guys, this podcast is brought to you by Better help. I'm going through this right now. It's easy to get caught up in everyone else's needs. I just really feel like I'm in a rat race sometimes. And it's important to take out a moment for yourself. I try to practice that because when we exert all of our energy on others, it could leave us feeling burnt out for sure. If you've never tried therapy, that's one of the tools that can help you balance your life so you can keep supporting others, but also support yourself. Joe is a big champion of BetterHelp. He uses it often. If you watch this pod, you know he sings its praises all the time. I always say if you're thinking about therapy, I think the hardest part about therapy is just like there's some barrier to entry. And so if you're thinking about it, this is a really easy way to do it. It's all online. Give BetterHelp a try. It's convenient. It's flexible. It's suited to your schedule. You fill out a little questionnaire. You get matched with a therapist. You can switch therapists anytime with no charge. So if you're thinking about it, find more balance with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/tastebuds today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/tastebuds. Bespoke Posts, one of our faves. Actually, we spoke about Bespoke Post in last week's episode without even reading an ad. Joe said he got a gold pen that he loved. And so Bespoke Post basically is a subscription service where you fill out your interests and things that you like, and they curate a special package for you monthly. And basically you pay a certain amount, but the box is worth probably around $70. You pay a fraction of that. And it's kind of a little surprise gift that comes to you every single month. You go to boxofawesome.com, you take a quiz, and those answers help them curate it for you. They release new boxes every month across a ton of different categories. I've talked about them before plenty of times. I've gotten make your own fresh mozzarella kit. I've gotten a weekend bag. I've gotten a knife. It's so many good things. Plus, this is the coolest part. With each box of Awesome, you're supporting small businesses because 90% of everything that comes in your box of Awesome is from a small and upcoming brand. It's free to sign up. You can cancel or skip any time. Get 20% off your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com and enter the code TasteBuds at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com, code TasteBuds for 20% off your first box. Boxofawesome.com, code TasteBuds.
We did a show. It was awesome. It was great. After the show, I'm drinking with everybody. They're like, dude, we want to take you to this awesome like punk rock dive bar. We're gonna walk to it. It's like quarter mile from here. We're gonna walk to it. I go, okay. We go to this place. We walk through like almost like what looked like woods for a minute, and we come into this opening, and this bar is just sitting there like an oasis. And we go in
through the woods.
Not woods, but like it was weird how it was situated.
You passed the tree? Like, what do you mean not
It
woods?
literally looked like you were like walking through somebody's backyard or something, and then all of a sudden there was this bar there.
Love it.
Like, it was very weird, right? And we go inside, and sure enough, it's like East Coast punk rock. I'm like, this is awesome. I meet the owner. Are you ready for this? He's from Philly.
Come on, dude.
We've got mutual friends. He knew the bands I used to run around Philly with when I played in bands.
That's crazy.
It was insane.
That is crazy,
dude.
Yeah.
So I was talking to him about when we used to do Salsa Windfall in Philly, right? And I go,
shout out Salsa Windfall.
Shout out Salsa Windfall. And I got by the way, huge Salsa Windfall announcement coming soon.
Really?
Huge. Yes. Woo! I'm not kidding. Very soon. Very soon.
You also have to promote your Penthouse letters. Too.
Oh yeah, I'll plug that at the end. Okay, thank you.
Maybe
Ben.
Salsa Windfall plays the next live stream.
Big news coming. Big news coming. Anyway, but I'm like, so dude, you like, wait a minute, you know, like Kit from Wally, and like I was naming all these, and he's like, yeah, dude, like remember fucking FOD? And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, it's a mind blowing thing.
It was crazy, man. But China, and then I went.
Wait, I thought you were leading into something just now.
With what?
I thought you said something, and you were like, right? You were beginning a thought.
Major Salsa Windfall announcement coming soon?
Oh, was that it?
No, I said the guy from Philly knew all. We all knew all the same people.
Okay.
That's it. There's no like story to it. But actually there is a story. Well, no, there's not. There's not a story. But and then I went from there to Tokyo, and Tokyo was same thing. Like there's just like people over there that love American comedy. They're fans. They know who we all are. To different degrees, but like these.
I would have rented a car there just to drift. say I drifted in Tokyo. I mean, it's you know, and that's on God.
But they're telling me like Neil Brennan was just over there doing shows.
Yeah, he was filming a commercial, something like that.
Yeah.
What do you want to do here?
All right, we got to get to this battle. We're spending a lot of time over here. I know I'm curious to see how many votes this actually gets. But Sal's wanted to do this battle for a long time. I'm not trying to shit on it, but
we can't say you're curious to see how many votes it gets.
I just mean no. I'm saying that because I'm curious to see how much fans. I'm curious to see if anybody gives a shit about this battle.
What do you mean? It's a battle just like anything else. We've done pool versus ocean.
That's got some.
We've done fork versus spoon.
Yeah. All right. I mean,
Babe, it's a thing.
I hear you.
It is for me a quintessential battle. They're the only two.
Wait, we got to say what it is. It's pencil versus pen.
It's pencil versus pen, guys.
Yeah.
Everybody uses them. Everybody. Across all.
That
everything.
is true.
All
Everybody
lands,
does use
all
them.
Countries, all ages, all barriers. Okay, and they're the only two things really. I mean, unless you're dipping your pen in some fountain ink and doing calligraphy, this is what you use.
Okay.
Right. I mean, come on. And they are each other's.
All right.
They're each other's. What would you call it?
Yin and yang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is an excellent battle.
They complete one another.
Yeah, for a non-food battle, I think you can't get a more perfect matchup than a pen versus a pencil.
Wow.
When there's only two things exist in a space, I mean it's like a Thunderdome.
Well, it depends on what that space is, but you know,
I don't want
would
people.
say, look, this is what's going to be tough.
I gotta write. Can you write? I gotta write something. I don't want people to be like erasable pen. So let me just, because that's what they're gonna do.
Wait, you can edit it after you put it up?
I maybe now in the new one. I actually just gonna write a comment right underneath.
All right, write a comment.
I think you can. You might be right.
No, you can't. You can't. I don't think you can.
You can.
You can edit after it's posted.
30 minutes.
Wow, that's a new feature on Twitter. So Elon did do one or two good things over there.
I thought you could. How do I do it?
This is a first ever update of the poll in real time on the show. All right, just quote tweet it. Just quote tweet it. Erasable pen doesn't count.
Quote tweet it won't show up for the people that look at it, so I'm just going to put it as the next response.
All right. Erasable pen does not count. I mean, look. I will say, as you do that, I think the one gray area we potentially didn't consider.
How do you spell erasable? Erase enable? Because it's not coming up as a word.
Just put pen with eraser doesn't count or something. There was nothing worse than the erasable pen. When I was a kid...
We can both agree on that.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I thought it was the coolest thing. And what you learn is it's shit ink.
Yeah, it's shit
that
ink.
doesn't stick to the page. It's terrible. I also think that people might... If artists are going to go, well, there's colored... There's a colored marker. There's a brush. There's a... But I think what obviously we're talking about here is a writing utensil.
Yeah.
Let's start the battle. It's time to BATTLE Buds. I am Team Pen. Sal is Team Pencil. There's not even a contest here. This is absurd that you would even.
I have all the things I love about the pencil, and I have the things that I.
I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you with an argument ending right at the top. Point.
Okay.
A pen, you can give the gift of a pen. Have you ever received a weighted pen?
I've received both.
I got one in my bag of awesome one time. My box of awesome. I got a weighted golden pen. It sits perched on my desk.
Yeah.
It looks like the sword of Excalibur. You take it off the thing and you sign something with it. You feel like Scrooge or Jimmy Stewart in It's a Wonderful Life. It feels so official. It's incredible.
I've gotten a pen as a gift. Actually, Q gave me a pen as a gift one time, and I've also gotten no
Weird
joke
gift for a friend to give. It's a weird gift.
We give
I
each
gotta be
other
honest,
so
if-
much.
If
He's
Kim-
given me a
Kim gave
pipe.
Me a pen, I'd be upset.
No, it was it was the one that he loves writing with, and we write. So it was that
fair
nice.
enough.
Yeah, it was my go-to pen at that. But I've been given a pen, but I also have been given a pencil. And I don't mean the traditional pencil. It's just wonderful, really beautiful pencil. And it's inside like this sterling silver sheath. And it's got like a screw. The eraser is a screw that comes off. And on the flip side of that, inside of it is a sharpener. And it was beautiful. I actually got it from Comedy Central in.
But then it sharpens down and you're done.
Well, you could buy another brand of that pencil and put it in there, or any
Put it
pencil.
in the box
any
yourself?
pencil. But this was an upscale pen. I looked it up. The pencil was like upwards of $200.
The only thing, and it's a wooden pencil.
It's a wooden, but it's in a sterling silver. You hold You hold it in the sheath to write.
I mean,
the only
I
thing that
see
comes
what
out
you're
is the
saying.
bottom.
I see what you're saying. So it's a pen. It's a pencil trying to do what the weighted pen.
No, it's just a pencil, an innovative pencil.
Well, but that you put your own pencil.
Nothing
inside.
about it is a pen. The only thing that constitutes a pen is ink, my friend. This had lead and an eraser.
But I'm saying you buy a number 2 pencil and put it inside this case.
No, it came with its own pencil from that company.
So then you buy a replaceable pencil and put it in.
Yes, although you could put anything in there. I'll bring it on.
What happens when the pencil gets shorter and it doesn't fit inside the case anymore?
It does.
How?
It's the way
There's
it was
like a
designed.
mechanism that keeps pushing it forward.
The way it was
like
designed.
toothpaste style.
Yeah, it was the way it's designed. And I'll tell you another thing. What are those pencils? What are they? Pilot wings? No, what are they called? The wings. They're the ones with that like broad, like flat eraser head, top head. Just put like best pencils. It'll come up right away. Just scroll. It's. Where you going here, Bubba? No, not on here. Not on here. Just go to Google searches. Blackwing. That's it. The Blackwing. That pencil. I love them.
This is what I see.
It's wonderful. So they have a whole host of pencil, and they have every pencil writes, feels, and writes differently. So you could have like one that like writes fast, one that writes slow, one that writes a little wider or smoother, one that writes very. Like, it's just a wonderful company. I really like it. They sell replaceable eraser heads too, so you don't get stuck with that empty eraser up top with half a pencil left, like we did all through our school years, and then you chew that. But let me tell you something else. That's something I loved
outside
too.
of the
I
art-
loved when I had a number 2 pencil in high school or grammar school, and it was like down to this, and I lost the eraser, and then I chewed it, and I chew on that little metal thing on the end.
God,
I
it's like
love it. I
chewing
love
on
biting into a
tinfoil.
pencil and
I
leaving
hated it.
teeth marks.
I always
I have
hated.
personalized pencils
I always
with
hated,
messages on them.
I always hated pencils because they always got depressing. They always marked up all your stuff in your book bag. I'd get like a brand
Pencil
new,
case, babe.
I got your pencil case would look like it went through a fucking trash compactor by the end of the school year. I hated pencils for their lack of boundaries. They just didn't know how to keep to themselves ever. Once in a while you get a pen that explodes, sure. But
Oh, Joe.
but you know
Joe.
here's what I see.
Joe.
What?
A pen explosion
It's horrible.
is a lifetime of lead markings inside your bag.
It's
a pen
horrible.
explosion up the pocket, in this pocket on your hands, you ain't getting that
I
off.
can count. I can
depending
count
on
on
where
one.
you are.
I can count on one hand how many times it has happened. One hand.
Right, so it's happened at least 5 times. That's horrible.
No. I can count on one hand how many times it's happened. Meaning, I can remember maybe 2 times that ever happened.
It's still
to me.
traumatic.
It is traumatic. My point is with the pencil, it was always a problem. It never stopped. It's all.
I don't know about that.
Well, this is what I see with a pencil.
You're saying the
make an
lead
analogy.
marks up some things in
I'm
your
going to
bag.
make an analogy.
It's weak. It's a weak
I'm
thing.
going to make an analogy.
Yeah.
The pen is David Letterman. It's the
No,
s-
it is not.
Hold on. Let me
He
fin-
famously used pencils.
Let me finish.
Okay.
Let me just say. Fine, Johnny Carson. The pen is Johnny
So
Carson.
you don't know if it's Johnny Carson.
Well,
Okay.
I think that Johnny Carson and David Letterman are the 2 greatest
Okay.
late night hosts of all time. I'm going to go with Johnny Carson though, just to suit your David Letterman pencil thing. The pen is Johnny Carson. It's a professional. It rules the roost. It knows it rules the roost. It comes out. It's classy. It doesn't need to.
A pen is not classy.
Hold on
bro.
a second. Let me
A pen
finish.
is-
Let me finish.
A Bic pen is
It
not
has
classy.
nothing. It has nothing. It has
Paper mate.
nothing to prove. It knows what its job is. It does the job. That's the end of the day.
I have a lot to say.
Now, I look at pencils. I see colored pencils. I see monogrammed pencils. I see pencils with custom messages on them. I see pencils with zany pictures on them. And what I
The
see
versatility.
and what I see is Conan O'Brien, someone who's good at his job but can't turn it off. Tries way too hard all the time.
20-year
it just never
a
stops.
20-plus year late
And
night veteran.
You go, Conan, you're great at what you do. Stop for a second.
I mean,
just stop. Learn from the pen.
Calling
turn
the pencil
it off for a second.
Calling the pencil Conan O'Brien is a compliment. Let me talk a little bit, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I love biting a pencil. I love the different colors of pencils. I love this thing. When you do this and your pencil looks bendy, that's done with a pencil, my friend.
That's not a support.
It started with a pencil, and it's meant to be a pencil because the pencil by nature is way longer than the pen. So you do the bendy trick. Another thing I like about the pencil, I like putting it behind my ear. You could do that with a pen, but carpenters and people, they put it behind the ear. That's fun. Let me talk to you. Did you talk about the giant novelty pen? A pencil. The giant novelty pencil
novelty
that I used
pen.
to get at Six Flags. No, the giant novelty pencil set the precedent, okay? I love the fact that you are not married to what you write. You can erase it right then and there.
It's called commitment, Sal. There's nothing wrong with
You
it.
just said, oh my God, you can edit now on Twitter? What a great new feature. Guess who fucking invented the edit, bro? The number 2 pencil.
Or whiteout.
The number 2 pencil.
Or whiteout.
The number 2 pencil came way before
Or
whiteout.
whiteout, dude.
It's the OG. It's the original writing tool. I also love the fact that you can. I love the act of sharpening. I love it. There's a skill to sharpening. It's fun. I try to sharpen it and not break it and do a whole little little roll of wood.
I loved whiteout. I felt like whiteout. It showed that you were a man of discipline. That when you weren't going to make a mistake, but if you did, to correct that mistake, you then had to be finely tuned with the brush.
Bro,
I liked it.
Bro, you're nuts right now bringing whiteout into this. You're nuts because whiteout is not for you. It's a strike against you. You need a whole nother purchase, a whole nother company, a whole nother business to correct a mistake that the pen causes all the time because there ain't no going back with the pen. Okay? And you're bringing up whiteout. Whiteout clumps up. Okay? And then everyone knows what happens. You put it on, you smell the fumes, and then sometimes you go too thick, it clumps up. Then you go to write over it, and it looks like you were writing on a hard surface, and your pen goes all weird. Everyone knows when you've used whiteout, it's embarrassing.
I'm going to hit you with a Star Wars quote. A more civilized, a far less clumsy weapon for a more civilized age. The pen is the lightsaber. It's for a more civilized age. It's for somebody that says, I know what I'm doing before my pen hits the page.
Bro.
Mistakes do happen, and the whiteout's there if it's needed. It won't be, but it's there if it's needed. A pencil is the blaster. A pencil is for some swashbuckling, loosey-goosey Han Solo type that wants to run around getting into swindles and scandals, shooting his way out of his problems.
Bro, Han Solo, you love him more than Luke Skywalker.
And you love Luke Skywalker more than Han Solo.
Okay, let's talk about the negative parts of the pen, okay? What about when one is on the fucking fritz, even though it has tons of ink, and you got to keep doing this fucking thing?
What about
and
when
you
the
have
point
to put
breaks?
a lighter?
What about when the
put
point
a lighter?
breaks?
When the point breaks, sharpen it.
Oh, and when the
New
ink
pencil.
and when the ink does, I do that. What do we
that's annoying. And then
Sal.
a pencil will write on.
And then you got shavings,
Yo,
which
bitch,
make a
let
mess.
me finish.
Yeah.
The pencil will write on any surface. You ever get a receipt that you have to sign for a pen with a pen, and it just can't transfer onto the receipt?
You cannot sign a receipt with a pencil. How dare you? How
Lead
dare
will
you?
write on anything.
No.
I've had enough of going to use a pen and it not working, and I'm at to shake it violently. And then sometimes there are materials like the receipt that you have to sign that the pen just won't fucking work on for nothing. And you know what I hate to? You talk about that it's so advanced and it's civilized. Don't dress up a fucking, a dud in a tuxedo, okay? Because most pens are shit. You buy a 12-pack of Bic pens for $2, and that's what they're really worth. Okay, let me just do.
By the way, Bic pen, the spine, the cornerstone of every office around the globe. These guys lock down pens like nobody ever. This is like I can't even think of it. The Bic is the McDonald's of pens.
Yeah, isn't? Okay, guess what? Guess what the Bic pen's plastic sheath is modeled after? The pencil. Okay,
No, get
it's
outta
not
here.
round and smooth. What they did was they took the hexagon shape of the octagon shape of a pencil,
Not all
and they
Bics.
put the
Most-
classic Bic that you just said was.
Most Bics, no. The classic Bic is the smooth white tube Bic. That's the
Oh,
classic
that
Bic.
is the fucking worst pen known to man. Those don't work every other time you pick them up. Those are terrible. Those are horrible.
Sorry they gave
Those
you.
are horrible.
They're sorry they gave you and the Globe an affordable writing tool
So-
that costs $2
Yeah.
a dozen.
What about
so people could get on with their lives and conduct business without being sold.
pencils are way more affordable than pens. So fuck that. The other thing, what
You
about
just talked
what
about
about
your,
when
your
a pen?
nice pencil costed $800 or whatever it
No,
was.
I mean that's an upscale pencil, bro.
All right.
Don't play stupid about pencils.
Okay, but don't play stupid about pens. You're gonna make it sound like all
I'm
pens are
not
cheap.
playing stupid, bro. I'm telling you everything that's no good
I'm
to pen,
saying
and
there's
you're,
an
and you're
no,
skirting
you're
past it.
picking on a you're picking on a budget brand that
Any
Bic makes
fucking pen, bro.
available.
If you don't have some type of expensive pen, every pen
Bic-
shits the bed.
Bic
every pen.
has a mascot.
Bic
There is no mascot for
sucks.
pencil. By the way, can you even name a brand for pencils? I can't.
Yes.
What?
No.
If you go to Target in the stationery aisle, what's the brand of pencil?
Yes, I know it. I have them in my drawer.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Chondria, something. You know, I love a good legume, and I find that the protein carries through the day. It's a great quick snack. I'm a sucker for cashews. I love a good pecan. I mean, there's nothing better than nuts, and nuts.com is your one-stop shop for freshly roasted nuts, dried fruit even, sweets, pantry staples like specialty flours, and more. Their wide selection means there's something for everyone. They offer gluten-free options, organic choices, and other diet-friendly products. Whether you're looking for something sweet or savory, they got it all. I love them. They sent a box full of all different varieties to my house. They're awesome. I even love the branding. You could shop a la carte or opt into a hassle-free auto delivery, so you never run out of your favorite items. It's top quality too, top priority. They roast their nuts and pop their corn the same day it ships, so they reach you deliciously fresh, and I can account for that. Since 1929, they've been doing it the old-fashioned way. Right now, Nuts.com is offering new customers a free gift with purchase and free shipping on orders of $29 or more at nuts.com/tastebuds. So go check out all the delicious options at nuts.com/tastebuds, and you'll receive a free gift and free shipping when you spend $29 or more. That's nuts.com/tastebuds. Guys, I want to talk to you about Game Time. They're a newer sponsor to us, and they are awesome. I'm seeing commercials all over the place. Basically, it is your last-minute stop for tickets to concerts, sporting events, other events, lowest price guarantee. They have event cancellation protection. You can see an image of the seats you want to, image of the stage or whatever from the seat you're in, which is super helpful because a lot of times you buy these things blind and you don't realize it's further away than you thought or there's an obstructed view. Anything in your area you could search. It's the place for last minute ticket deals, okay? Forget planning months in advance. Game Time has deals on tickets right up to the day of the event. Flash deals on football, basketball, baseball, concerts, comedy, theater, everything. Game Time guarantee. The Game Time guarantee means you'll always get the best price. So if you find tickets in the same section or row for less anywhere, they will credit you 110%. So you get your money back plus extra money. Okay, that's pretty cool. It's the fastest growing ticket app in the country. Tickets are sent directly to your phone. You never have to dig through an email. Matter of seconds to do it. 2 taps. Snag the tickets without the stress with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code TasteBuds for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, just create an account and redeem the code TasteBuds for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed.
Folks, Joe DeRosa here. My new record, The Penthouse Papers, Collected Readings, is dropping with a Special Thing Records on June 9th. I had a 2-year-long op-ed column with Penthouse magazine, and we got all my columns together, and I read them into a microphone. And from that microphone to your ears. How about that, folks? It's a nice, easy listen. It's sort of like an audiobook. I want you to check it out. I think you're going to like it. I'm really proud of the writing. I'm really proud of the pieces. I was proud of them when they ran in the magazine, and I'm still proud of them, and I hope you enjoy them, and that's why we put this all together. Also, if you're in New York, come to Joey Rose's, open 7 days a week, 11:30 a.m. each morning, open into the night. Sandwiches available all day long. Affordable drinks, affordable food. Always a good time. JoeyRosesNYC.com for details. And you can get that album where? Digitally on any platform you stream your music from. And if you want to buy it, you can actually pay to download it from one of those sites like iTunes that'll charge you. But anyway, no physical release, just a digital thing to lull you to sleep each night.
What's up, guys? First things first, the Impractical Jokers Cruise is happening January 22nd to the 26th, 2024. We are hosting it with Eric Andre. There's going to be a ton of comics and bands and DJs. It's our 5th one. You can get tickets right now. It's 65% sold out at pre-sale. So get tickets right now at getshipfacedcruise.com. You could also enter to win a free trip. Impractical Jokers are finishing out the first leg of our tour now through July. All dates and tickets are available at impracticaljokerslive.com. In the coming weeks, we have Minneapolis, Des Moines, Kansas City, Nashville, St. Louis, and am I forgetting anything? That's it. They're green. Something mitochondria.
Mitochondria. He said.
What is it?
Mitochondria.
What is it called? DeRosa?
Oh my
Ticonderochondria.
Even with it being half read to you,
Bro,
you can't remember it.
That's
pathetic.
That's
pathetic.
That does nothing to this battle that I couldn't name.
I think you
The
want
thing. It does nothing. Let me. What about this that inevitably happens with every pen? What about when the ink starts to clump on the ballpoint and it just stays there like a clump? Sometimes it gets dust or hair on it, and then when you go to write, the clump transfers to the page, and the first time you touch the page to write something has a big blotch of ink in the first letter.
I gotta tell you,
and then you got to like wipe it off like you're wiping off a fucking your ass.
Unless you're MC Escher doing a wonderful sketch
I had to take a napkin to a pen.
With amazing shading and stuff that's going to hang in a museum, you can shove those pencils right up your ass. Nobody gives a shit.
It's the OG writing utensil that's still around
Nobody
today.
cares.
If pens were so good,
Yeah,
pencils wouldn't exist.
Go to the desk in a bank. Pen.
No. That's for legal reasons, not because they choose to do a pen. It's permanent ink, and that's the thing. That's the benefit of the pencil. You can adjust all you want. The edit is life, my
Sal,
friend.
we live in a
okay. You are in a prison with the pen. You're in an ink-filled prison with that pen.
We live in.
You have to cross out, and you have to cross out so good that they can't tell what the original thing was, and they can't turn it around and look in the light and see what the imprint was.
The upside down pen,
You
the
can get
astronaut
hosed with a pen.
The astronaut pen, an entire episode of Seinfeld based
But
around
why
the
are you
pen.
not when I say the things about the pen that they stole from the pencil shape, that the ink clumps?
Babe, I got
let me
news for you.
finish.
The pen was
that
first.
The ink clumps up at the bottom.
The pen was first.
Look it up.
The feather quill is the original pen. That was first. That's pre-pencil. I got news for you.
We're not talking feather quills.
But that's what the pen is.
We literally said when we posted this that calligraphy and dipping a feather pen in ink isn't counting. Look at me. Why
2000? What is that first one? 2000 BC. What is that? Is that a pen? That's a reed pen. Number 1, 2000 BC. 1600 AD came the feather quill, which was an evolution of the reed pen. 1827 AD comes
so go right with the feather quill. Let's see how far you get.
Comes the ink pen.
No, lean into it.
All right,
lean into it.
When's the invention of the pencil?
Start writing with a feather quill.
Since you're saying that the pencil is first. Since you're saying the pencil is first.
Let's see how convenient.
Was the pencil invented before 2000 BC? $1795. You are an embarrassment.
Let me ask you a question.
You are an embarrassment.
Joe, stay focused and let's have a volley here because I have a lot to say.
I'm
volleying. And you keep ignoring everything I'm saying.
I'm not. You're saying nonsense.
I am not saying nonsense. I am not.
Sense.
If the pen was around for 3,800 years before the pencil, why the fuck was the pencil even invented and needed? Why?
I don't know.
Why? Because the pen's not doing it. It's not cutting it, babe.
Sal.
Hold on.
That's like saying,
hold on.
Yeah.
These are the top 2 dogs in this fight. There's really no one else.
understand.
Okay? If the pen was that good, why was the pencil invented? And why do we continue to
That
use the
is
pencil?
like
Because
saying-
it's an innovation past the pen.
That is
It
like
allows you
saying-
to edit. It allows you to write with a point that
I
you feel
understand
comfortable.
what the
Listen to me.
point
If
is.
you like a medium point and a wider letter that you write, you can sharpen to that.
You can do that with
and
a pen.
I'm addicted to sharpen. You called it shavings.
You can do that with
I
a pen.
love
I have
shavings.
pens. There are
I love
pens-
when it's
there
filled
are
with shavings.
There are pens
I
with-
love
there are
electric
Dude, how
sharpeners.
many points you gonna make?
Well, I'm
How
gonna
many
make.
points you
I'm
gonna
gonna
make?
make all my points,
No,
and you should let me finish them.
You can't make all of them.
You
I've gotta
tell
be
me
able to
I
record
cut
it.
you off. You're just cutting me off.
I'm not. You're talking for too long.
No, I am not. I let you say what you had to say, and every time I
You're
make this,
making
you
like
cut me
5
off.
different points, Sal.
Yeah. Speaking of the pencil, I'm making great points.
Okay, well now I can't remember what you said to retort to any of it.
Dude, I gave you 5 reasons the pen sucks and 20 reasons the pencil's great, and you didn't. You just literally changed the topic every time I said one of those things.
I didn't change any topic. You're saying too many things in a row. I'm
sorry. There's so many great attributes to the
trying to
pencil.
respond to each one. You're not letting me, and now I can't remember any of it. And then you're going.
You're not letting me speak.
responding to any
You're
of my
not.
points.
You're not.
Because I can't
every time I go to
remember.
make a point, you cut me off every single time.
You just made 5
Every
points
single
without me
point.
cutting you off. You just made 5 points.
No, I
without me
didn't.
cut- Yes, you did.
I just said why was the pencil even needed? If you've been around for 4,000 years, why didn't we just stick?
Okay,
with
let
work?
me stick. That's the first point you made.
Yeah.
I will
I have
retort to
100
that.
points.
That's a stupid point. Here's why. That's like saying, why was the Snickers bar invented when you have pure fudge? If pure fudge is so good, why would they make a lesser form of chocolate? That's an idiot point.
What do you mean? You're saying my point.
Okay, so now
what you're saying
Oh, God.
benefits me.
You're talking. You're asking me a question. I'm answering you.
But what you're saying makes no logical sense.
it does make logical sense.
No, it doesn't.
I'm saying just because a lesser version of a thing was invented,
You said it
doesn't-
right there. You just said it. A lesser version of a thing
The
came out
pencil.
of his own mouth.
The pencil I'm talking about is the lesser version.
Why do we need a lesser version if we have the best version?
I just said.
But say the real thing, Joe,
I
because
just-
it's an
no, no, no.
innovation and it allows you to erase.
It's not
And it
an
changed the
innovation.
game for writing. It changed the game. Before that, people had to just spill ink on the words they didn't want.
You asked a question I'm answering. You're saying, why would they invent this thing when the other thing existed if it wasn't needed?
And you give me a
I'm
broad
sa-
answer like, that's so stupid. It's like
Okay.
the Snickers.
Okay.
But say why it was invented, because that is the reason it was invented. It
I'll
has...
tell you why it was invented. Because society, and this goes without fail, devolves as it goes along, and people need shortcuts the further and further we get.
How is the
and
pencil
the
a shortcut?
How is it a shortcut? Every single thing you've said.
A pencil is more work than a pen. You have to put in a little effort. How is
And
it a shortcut? You got to
outside-
sharpen it. You have to erase.
The pencil, in my opinion, the pencil has 2 purposes. 2. That is it.
Go ahead.
Number 1, anything with mechanical drawing.
Go
where
ahead.
you have to be
Right.
able to make
Can't
changes
even use a
in
pen.
real time.
A whole profession that you can't even
that's-
use a pen
okay,
with.
What I just
A
said.
whole profession.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Go ahead.
And art.
Oh, the
But-
greatest thing on the planet?
But pens are used in art all the time. Pens are not used in mechanical drawing.
You're right. I love pen art.
Oh yeah,
I'll tell you another thing.
you've never seen paint pen art. You've never seen
It's
that?
terrific. I love it.
Yeah, it actually is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
You don't even
I
know
love
what it
the
is.
tactileness of a pencil.
See that over there?
I love the
That's how that was
tactileness.
done.
I love the tactileness of pencil. It feels better in the hand. It's organic. It's made of wood. It's earthy. I like that there are in one pencil's lifespan, there are all different sizes. Sometimes I love writing with a fresh long
Yeah,
pencil.
I love an
And
ice cube because it gets
See,
smaller.
there you go. There you go. I'm just gonna call him out every time he does it now, so he could fucking take a look in the mirror.
I will say that pencils are tied to anxiety with tests and school.
No, they're not.
You need it for
they are.
Scantron.
Yeah, but that's not tied to anxiety. It's tied to education.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. School sucks. Fucking nerd.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's apparent. It's apparent your education stopped at the fucking ditch. Okay.
You know what was an awesome moment in school, by the way?
you wanna let me
what was
finish?
an awesome moment in school?
Yeah.
When my teacher said to us in the 6th grade, "You're all getting older now, and we want you to start using pens." It was a sign of adulthood. It was a sign of maturing. Look at everybody nodding. How right I am.
If you think that using a pen is a sign of adulthood,
It was!
you are off your rocker. You're off your rocker. That's something they told you to make you feel that you had big boy pants on, Joe. You could use a pen or a pencil. A pencil is a better writing utensil, hands down. You can do anything the pen can do, plus change it. All right? And you didn't let me finish. You cut me off. I really love that there is an evolution of a pencil. You have a pencil lifespan that you can feel. It's tactile. A pen runs out of ink. You don't know if it runs out of ink. You shake it. Big fucking deal. People lend you a pen. That cap's been chewed on. It smells. It's disgusting.
Yeah,
I don't
the guy
like
that
when
chews on the eraser until it falls off and then bites the metal. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Because I've never seen a pencil with teeth marks in it. I've never seen that because people constantly put the pencil in their mouth while they think and chew.
I don't lend a pencil.
Oh,
that I've chewed on.
Oh, this is your answer? You don't lend a pencil?
I don't.
You are so full
I
of
don't lend
shit,
a pencil.
Man. You are
I don't
so
lend
full of
pencils.
shit. As he's talking about the merits of being able to lend a pencil, he goes, I don't lend a pencil. All right.
No. So
We got to go to the
finish. I
phones,
also
but
like
go ahead.
I like the fact that there's a 3/4 length pencil, then it becomes a half pencil, and then it's just so fun. The end of the pencil when it's like an inch or two, and you're writing with that a little bit. But
Hurts
then,
my hand.
Okay, and I love the fact that I can keep sharpening, and I just fucking love
we
it. That,
get it. Yeah.
That I love the precision point of a
yeah.
lead pencil, perfectly sharpened. It's so satisfying. It's like when you open the peanut butter and the smoothness is on top. When you finish sharpening a pencil perfectly, it literally feels good.
Yeah,
Okay? When you sharpen one and you get that whole ridge without it breaking, it feels awesome and fun. I love an electric sharpener. You cut me off before. I even love the old school sharpener like this. Everything about a pencil
Great.
is beneficial and fun. It really is.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
A pen. What do you got, Joe? What do you got? You didn't say anything about when it runs out of ink and you have to shake it. You didn't say anything about
I
the.
did. I
you didn't
retorted
say,
to that. You ignored it.
You didn't say anything about the pieces of paper it will never write on, like those receipts. You didn't say. I've seen people have
I write
to.
on receipts
I've seen,
literally every
You know
day
what I'm
with a
talking
pen.
about. You know what I'm talking
Literally
about. You know
every day.
exactly what
Now
I'm talking
who's
about.
cutting who off?
You know
you
exactly.
just talked for so long and I didn't say anything, and now you're
But at least I'm
asking me-
responding to what you're saying. You didn't. You cut me off and moved along.
asking me to respond to you after you just talked for 3 minutes.
But don't say bullshit back. Of course you sign a receipt every day, but you know what I'm talking about, right? The receipts that like are that weird texture, which is like half of them, and you have to like shake it and then write on the back and scribble to make the ink come out, to coax it out.
Okay,
and then you go back.
Are you done yet?
No, I have great points.
Okay, so do you
These are
want the whole
great
show
points.
just to be you talking and I'll just not talk?
I had this. I've seen people take a lighter to the front of a pen to coax the ink out. I really have. I really have. And by the way, when you lose the cap, a pen is a fucking piece of shit. When it doesn't have the cap on top to kind of balance it and weigh it out, and you write with a pen without if your Bic loses a cap, it sucks.
What the fuck are you talking about?
That's right. I'm talking about, and the weight of a pencil is better.
I understand
writing
now
with a
why
pencil.
you wanted to.
Writing with a pencil.
I understand now why you wanted to do this. You clearly have some sick, weird hang up with pencils, and you had to get all this out of your system because God knows nobody else was going to listen to this.
Yes.
I mean, this is a tirade like I've never heard about. What are you in the Civil Rights Pencil Organization? This is fucking insane.
That doesn't exist, and I don't think I have any hang up about pencils. I think this is episode 140 of something that we've battled trivially 139 times before this, so no problem, okay? The tactileness of a pencil will beat a pen any day.
Right,
the weight of a pencil will beat a pen every day.
We have to go to the phones.
All right.
And I will mention the multicolored pen that has all the different colors.
You got
that
4
press
colors,
down.
buddy. I have literally the spectrum of colors. I have hundreds and hundreds of
you
colored
also
pencils.
have hundreds of colors of pens too.
No, you don't. You got about
But
4.
I don't carry a case of colored pens around like a 2-year-old going to art class.
You don't have tons
Sal.
of colored pencils. You don't have
By
tons.
the way, do me a favor. Next time you have a big important application to fill out for a loan or maybe a lease or
Wrong.
something like that,
Legally. Cannot do
it
it.
in pencil and watch them
Can't do it.
watch them move
Legally.
move the application to the bottom of the pile.
Legally, you can't do it. Legally, just like you said, you can't use a pen if you're an architect. Legally, I
This
cannot
is
sign
our
with
winning
it.
tweet today, without question. The pen is mightier than the sword. The pencil is literally a
That's
number
fun.
2.
That's a fun.
Son, follow at Booty Time 69.
by the way,
follow at Booty Time 69. That's our winner.
By the way, the pen is mightier than the sword that doesn't necessarily mean pen, and everyone knows that.
Oh, for God's
It just
sakes.
means no. You know what it means. It doesn't mean the
Yeah,
ink pen.
it only says pen.
You're going to win.
It only says
you-
pen.
I took this battle on. You're going to win 90-10 easily because everyone uses pens over pencils. But that doesn't change my opinion that the pencil is superior to the pen.
You know what?
It proves nothing.
Pimp. Let's just go right to the vote. We got a winner. Let's just go right to the vote. I want to just see what happens in this vote. I don't want anything tipping us off.
What are you talking? It's going to be 90-10 Penn. I've accepted that when I accepted the battle.
All right.
But I still wanted to talk about all the.
You've talked about it.
Can I say?
You've talked.
Can I? I'll say one last thing. I'll say one last thing.
Oh, please.
I'll say one last thing.
Why stop now?
I'll say one last thing.
Yeah.
I think that I made at least a dozen points of the cool attributes of a pencil, and I named at least half a dozen, if not more, of the downfalls of a pen. You gave none of that. You said
won't
a pen
let
is better.
me talk.
A pencil's not as good. You had
You
nothing.
won't let me talk. I will retort and shut up and don't say a word.
Yeah, go ahead.
I will retort to every one of your points.
Right.
When the pencil gets smaller, it sucks. It hurts your hand. It makes your hand cramp. When the eraser falls out, it sucks. And the eraser gets dirty and useless before it falls out. Chewing on the metal thing hurts your teeth. It's like chewing on tinfoil. Pencils, people
chew.
put them in their mouth. They have teeth marks in them. It's disgusting. The point breaks
put pens
all
in
the
their mouth.
time. It's a pain in the ass. You can't
Pens
do
run out of ink.
anything important or legal or whatever with a pencil. A pencil, a pencil has to be sharpened constantly, which is a pain. If you have a pencil and you don't have a sharpener, it's useless. The point breaks all the time. It's terrible. Pencils suck all the time unless it is for two specific things: sketching or doing mechanical drawing. And by the way, with mechanical drawing, they're using mechanical pencils, which I don't think even count with all the arguments you've made. That's a completely different device, but whatever. A pen almost always is not a problem. When it is, I don't care if I have to shake it. That doesn't bother me. It takes 2 seconds. 9 times out of 10, when I'm trying to sign a receipt or whatever you're talking about, I don't have a problem. And a pen is more reliable. A pen exploding once every 10 years in my bag is far less
Pencil will never happen.
a problem to me than the mess and the headache of a pencil.
A pencil's
That's it.
a pencil's
I
never made
rest my
anyone
case.
lose their.
I rest my
A pencil's
case.
never made anyone lose their button-down shirt, their fucking leather bag.
I got
it.
it.
Just explodes.
All right. Let's
Puts
go to the vote. Let's go to the
ink
vote.
on your hands
Let's
like you
go
robbed a
to
fucking
the
bank
vote.
and the bag exploded.
Let's
okay?
go to the vote.
Everything you just said there,
Let's go
every
to the
single thing,
vote.
every single thing you just said there, everything I had and have an answer for. Every single thing you said.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
What happens when you get a pen in your
Can
hand?
we please just go to the vote?
What happens when you get a
Can
pencil?
we please? I don't want to talk about this anymore. I don't want to talk about this anymore. This is
You
psychotic.
make terrible points.
This is psychotic.
I think this is your worst ever defense of an item.
Okay.
Oh, way better than I thought. Way better than I thought. 76.5 to 23.5. That's more than double what I thought it
Well,
was going to
guess
be.
what? Well, guess what? I still love you, buddy.
I love you too.
Taste buds, they coming to the mic, talking about the food they hate, talking about the food they like. Two fools gonna fight, but only one food can be right. Taste buds, man, yeah, they coming to the